with new people when they start, when they're kicking, is just their hip. They have no like flexibility or dexterity with their legs, so even kicking the body can be a struggle sometimes for some people. Even myself, like, I have terrible hips, I have very bad flexibility in my hips. If I'm not warm and I'm not throwing it with enough momentum, I really struggle with high kicks, okay? So loosening my hips is something that I really had to work on, okay? And number one is kick a lot and really push yourself. Like when you're on the bag, don't just do all these chopping low kicks. Of course, you have to practice your low kicks. But if you want to stretch your hips, like kicking high is the only way that you're going to do that. There's of course a few things you can do, which I'm going to show you to help ease your hips, but kick a lot and really try and just build up the height. Don't go too far. You know, find a spot on the bag where you think it's just above comfortable, and then you start to build. Obviously, the warmer you get, you're going to get higher as well. Okay. The first thing I started doing really a lot was like a really super deep squat. No weights, just squat. And if anyone that's been in Southeast Asia a lot, they're just always squatting. If they're ever chilling out, they're just always chilling out like this, and I could not do that. I would always fall. I get to like here, that's as far as I could go, and I'd be falling over. I'd have to use my hands a lot. So something what I really forced myself to do was to just get comfortable in that deep squat, like flat-footed, really like butt down to the floor, and then just chill out. This is something that I couldn't used to do. So just sitting flat-footed. What you'll find a lot of times, people have to bring their heels off the floor like this. What you want to aim for is heels on the floor and really dropping the butt down in like this. Then when you get comfortable with that, you're actually going to open the knees out with your elbows like this, and you'll feel it. I can feel it now. Like this is still working on my hips here like this. Nice posture like this. I don't want to be leaning over like this. This is not doing anything, it's just sticking my butt out. I really want to sink my butt down into it like this and just be comfortable here. Okay, and then, like I said, when you're really comfortable, really start pushing the knees out with your elbows. Again, at the beginning, you can have like quite a wide stance and even like open your feet out a little bit. It's going to help. Some guys are going to be able to do it like almost like feet together, like this, and really sink. At the beginning, that's going to be quite hard. So you can have quite an open stance. Work with it however you need to. And you can open your feet out a little bit if you don't need to, a little bit closer, toes in a straight line, and then just sit into it. As much as possible, push your butt, try and get your butt down to the floor, and then just sink your elbows in the middle and start pushing them out here. And try and get a nice stretch. And then come up. Just start doing that like high check, like this. As high as you can. Trying to get the knee on the inside of the forearm, like you're checking. High as you can. And then you can just sink down into that squat again. I used to try and just like watch TV. Just with like 5 minutes, just try and sit like this. Like I said at the beginning, I couldn't. I get to like here and I have to bring my heels off the floor. Eventually you'll just rest the heels, butt goes down, and you can start pushing the knees out as well. And then come up, get that really high check. And again, just start using that high kick. Get the body ones, and then. So another thing you can do to help build up the dexterity in your hips and loosen them up a little bit is just to use something. I'm lucky enough here to have like a boxing ring. I can rest my foot on. It can be anything. It can be a shelf, chair, whatever. As long as you can turn the hip over and get into like a finishing like kick position. So that's what we're aiming to do now. Not only just get our leg up on something, but then turn the hip over. Like I said, like we're landing a kick. Imagine you take a screenshot of like when you hit the bag, the second you hit the bag, like freeze frame it, that's the position you want to get yourself into. So nice pivot, heel off the floor, and the hip is turned over. I want my knee turned over. Don't cheat and keep the knee up like this. I'm turning everything over. We can use the hand position as well. And then we're turning that over. Obviously the better you get, your leg goes higher and higher. What you're going to need to do at the beginning is keep it very low. You just switch to square on to turning that over here. So using that pivot, turning the hip over, pushing the shoulder through, like we're in kicking position here like this, and the foot is turned over as well. Imagine we're actually kicking, I want it turned into the target. Don't cheat yourself and just turn this foot. The whole idea of this is that we turn the hip over. So here like this. And I call these calf burners, because if you've ever done my class before, I always encourage people to keep their heel off the floor. And this constant hopping is very good or horrible for your calves. Okay, so again, start low. Doesn't have to be a boxing ring or ropes, it can be anything. You can get a chair, a shelf, a human, doesn't matter. Just get used to turning that hip over as much as possible. And the better you get, go up a rope, turning the hip over, you'll feel it right in here like this, and you can go higher, just constantly turning the hip over. As much as possible, try and keep the heel off the floor. And you can hit these in reps, try and do at least 30 calf burners when you get really good, 50, 60, 70, ideally 100.